floor because I need it. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to In the Psychic Flow. I am your host, Carolan Carey. I'm delighted to be here this evening. In the Psychic Flow is where we explore the magical and the mystical. We are speaking to you from lovely Sarasota, Florida, and I'm glad to see all of you jumping on with your questions and what we're going to ask tonight, what we're going to talk to Spirit about, or psychic questions, little chit chat. Delighted to be here. I hope that you are all sheltering well. We are. My life isn't a whole lot different except for the mask part, which I finally got my mask. So I'm very happy about that. And washing my hands more frequently, so they're dry as a bone, but it's okay. Everything else is okay, and I hope you are well too. So I hope you have some good questions for me tonight or for Spirit. We are trying a new platform tonight. I hope you like it. Our producer, Tiffany White Sage Woman, is, thank you, Laura, is helping me direct this tonight. So we are very excited about this new format that we have, and I hope that you will like it. So let's see where we're going here tonight. What else did I want to say to you? My website is carolancarey.com for those of you who are listening, and that is CarolanCarey. So I hope that you will check that out. I am running a special this, well, as long as we're in the duration of, frankly, how long we're going to be sheltered. Thank you, Tiffany, for putting my website up in the there. And I do have a special. It's $10 off the half of the reading. My readings for half-hour reading books. And that's not all I do. I don't go too much longer unless it's, I have to. But I try to stay within 33-minute range. And if you want to do FaceTime, it's the same as this. I think you will enjoy it very much. It's the same. And or phone. And I prefer that anyway. So we're not doing many projects in person, obviously. I don't think anybody is because of the virus warnings and everything. So I hope that you'll join me and book an appointment, check out my website, get the discount, and I hope that we can enjoy the small pleasures in life. That's one thing that this whole experience is teaching me. I'm trying to come back from about chronic fatigue, and I feel like such a loony even saying that, but I just was absolutely exhausted. So this is good for me that I don't have to be anywhere doing anything. I have my appointments, I can work in the time if I have to, and that's fine with me. That makes me very happy. So let's see what we've got. I also want to mention next week, please tune in. We're going to be on Crowdcast next week for this special event. We have Mr. Mark Anthony, the psychic lawyer, is going to be joining us. I had the pleasure of working with Mr. Anthony before to get coordinator for the Sarasota Center of Light, and he was one of our guests. So I spent a couple of days with him and his staff, Rocky, and now he has Gail. So I want to put a shout out to them. Delightful people. He is absolutely, I would say, probably the best evidential medium I think I've ever seen. And I've seen some real old school mediums on the platform. I'm telling you, Mark I call him Kid Dynamite. He is funny and so intelligent in the way he explains things. I had the privilege of watching one of his lecture series, which was on the Star of Bethlehem ecosystem. It was beautiful. It explained all about the nativity and the birth of Christ and what the stars and planets were doing and what Eric was doing. The Bible explaining the culture of the climate at that time. It was incredibly interesting. And Mark is he's so phenomenal. As well as being a Supreme Court lawyer, and he was a practicing lawyer here. I think he's in Florida and Washington, D.C. He was a defense lawyer. Now, I don't think he's doing much of that now, but what he is like a consultant, yes, in some cases. He is a psychic lawyer, so he uses his psychic abilities, which are outstanding. I think he's a fourth generation, if I recall, interviewed him, fourth generation psychic in his family. he's wonderful. He's going to join us next week, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. Please check out his website, which is evidenceofeternity.com. There's some great videos on there. I just found his work astounding. He was doing a gallery, and I think it was in Florida. I think it was in the Lauderdale area. And he brought in this woman's partner, husband, I believe, that had passed. And he had so much evidence from the other side. I just was absolutely floored. You have to watch his videos on his media page of his website. It's incredible. I mean, just watching him just being filmed, doing messages in front of the world, he was outstanding. And I did see him also in person. I got a message, which was incredible. And he's just a really down-to-earth, wonderful guy. He was brilliant and phenomenal. His messages are like a one-shot punch to you. They are so evidential and with such heartfelt sympathy and warmth from him about your loved ones on the other side. So please check that out and get a little personal here, all right? Okay. So what kind of questions do we have? Do you have anything that we want to talk about? I'm not getting as many comments. The sound just shifted. Hard to hear you. Sound far away. Sorry, I'm going to turn this up. There, I hope that is better. The sound is going in and out. And if it's your internet, yes, probably. Here. I hope it's hard to hear me. Okay, sorry. Let's see what's going on here. That it's hard to hear. That's my stupid internet. There we go. I hope this is better. I hope I am loud enough. I just turned my volume back up. Let's see what Tiffany has to say. I hope she can hear me. I'm so sorry about this. This is our new, much better. Okay, good. Sorry, we're trying this new platform out, so I apologize. It's not the platform, it's the operator, which is me, the host. So I hope that you heard about Mark Anthony. Please check out his website. He's just a phenomenal guy. Okay, so here we are. We are, one of my purposes in doing this show is to let people get to know me and what I do for a living, which is this, and also teach a little bit and do some reading. So I hope we get some people here with some spirit questions. If you have loved ones in spirit, could really use your comments. So let me know. Let me go to live comments here and see what's going on. Here we go. Can't hear you well. Can't hear you well. Okay, thanks, Tiffany. Okay, looking good. Hi, everyone. 1 minute. Okay, we're good. So I'm not getting any questions. So here we go. Put your question for Carolan in the comments. Got a lot of people on. Let's see what we get. I'm kind of getting that I should talk about what to do to develop gifts. A lot of people come on and they want to know how to develop their gifts. I would say one of the things is to kind of go with it. They're going to start posting their question. Oh, here we go. Here's Maureen. Developing your own gifts, you have to go with, if you're more audient or clairsentient, which is from the solar plexus, go with that until the other things develop. Don't try to force something. Once one ability starts, the rest will follow. You're always going to have one that's stronger, so, but the other ones will come along and you can practice that later. But start listening to spirit, how they show you, if it's pictures or voices or feelings or emotions. Start going with that. And I think you're going to be very pleased with your results. It's a lot of practice. And I'll be honest with you, it isn't really about ability. It's not like I have this great ability. I've just learned to listen. I've learned to listen to my guide, Walter. I've learned to let spirit and trust what they're saying. Spirit doesn't lie. I may not feel like giving that. I may feel hesitant in giving something. I might look foolish. You have to get over that because Spirit knows what they want to communicate. Whether we look foolish or not doesn't matter. That's the message is what's important. So, hi, Robin. Nice to see you. Marcella would love a message, and Maureen has from her son Jacob. Okay, so let's go with that. The other thing that I do is I like to use a piece of paper in case I get something that comes through so I don't forget. When I'm doing phone readings, I will write down the evidence that I get on the pad. And then as the client is taking those things, I can check them off on my pad. So I know that I am giving evidence that can be validated. So that's a way of checking yourself and striving to do better. And as they take it, I check it. I like to have at least between 15 and 20 pieces of something, whether it's an emotion, a car, a hair color, occupation, what they did in spirit, what kind of jewelry they wore, whatever it is that is saying something from them, so that we can make sure that we have the correct connection. So you feel validated and you understand that that's who I'm speaking to. So without further ado, let's see what we got. Okay. Selena. Okay, let me get back to Jacob. Maureen, I feel that there's some kind of date here. It seems like Jacob is, and he's showing me Jacob's ladder. He's kind of funny. I guess he was trying to give me a biblical kind of reference to get his name. He's showing me Jacob's ladder. So ladder up to heaven. This young man has like, I would say a good sense of humor is the feeling that I get with him. Very sharp, intelligent. I would say not flamboyant, but I would say what he says is significant. Maybe there's a subtlety to it, a dry kind of sense of humor. Please let me know if that applies to your son, Jacob. He's showing me Jacob's ladder. He's also talking about a particular date here, something that is coming up for you. And I mean, that could sound very general, but I feel as if there's something significant here, in quotes, that he wants us to relate to, that he is aware of that. So I don't know if it's a birthday or an anniversary. So if you have, if you could validate that for me, Maureen is saying yes. I also want to talk about, he's showing me a quill pen here. You know what I mean? Like a pen that's made out of like a feather. Why would that be? I don't know if he was writing or if you are writing. I just want to talk about songs as well, or lyrics. So I don't know if that would apply to him, Maureen, if he wrote lyrics for a song, or if that's or there are lyrics to a song that is significant. Maybe in a memorial sense or something that was done in memory of him. But I want to give you that. I don't know why. Don't know about the date. Okay. He's talking to me about something that is significant. Words, poetry, song lyrics, something that is significant. He also says the word bunny to me. I don't know if he's referring to Easter bunny, like happy Easter, happy belated Easter, or if bunny was a name, or there's a bee name here. I also feel like I have a small dog here that he's talking about. And grandpa, he says the word grandpa. So if you can take that, please let me know. If you, if I do ask you questions, I'm just trying to put some of this information out to you. Say, yes, I can take that, or I don't know. No kind of shuts it down like no. Well, that just shuts the connection down. It's very important for him to communicate what he's saying. And if I can't get anything else, then I'll move on to the next question. If he pops in again, I will let you know. But I want to let you know he's okay. He is talking about lyrics or poetry or words for some reason. So I don't know why that is significant. I'm just relaying the message. He's talking about a date that's upcoming or an anniversary or birthday, something like that, that is significant. I'm also getting the month of April. He's talking about April, which we're in. I don't know why that is significant. And maybe the bunny is Easter. So he may be trying to say to me, happy Easter. He is also showing me this quill pen, so I don't know if that indicates someone is writing or he wrote. So I want to let you know. And he's also making little paper airplanes. I think what he's trying to say to me, you know, the kind that you would shoot across the classroom. I think he's writing messages and trying to shoot them to you. So I don't know if you are getting that. He didn't know his grandpa. He doesn't need to know his grandpa. He's over there on the other side with him. So I think that's what he's trying to say. So there's maybe a grandfather on the other side with your son, Jacob. I hope that you can take that, but he is saying grandpa. So I'm going to let him go, but he'll be back. He's got more to say. I'm just not sure of the connection at the moment, but I want to give you a lot of love and also let you know there is a dog over there, at least one dog over there. And I just had a cat walk past, so I don't know whose cat this is, but we'll find out. Let's talk to Jill a moment. Jill, my mom just came home from rehab and is not doing well. What do you see coming up with her? Is there a respiratory thing with her? Or Maureen is saying, yes, she had a cat. And yes, okay. Good. When let me just interject a moment. When people are deceased, let me just hypothetically, if Jacob had a grandfather that was passed and he didn't know him, that's okay, because now they're both on the other side. So now they know each other. But the grandpa would always know his grandson, is always aware of his grandson, even if the child was born after grandpa's death. So they don't miss too much over there in spirit. So I want to let you know that, okay? So they don't have to have known each other. They know each other now. And when your son was living, your father or grandfather that passed, his grandfather, would have known of his existence. So that's kind of how it works. It's like different dimensions of the same reality going on. Yes, a cat. Okay, so we were talking to Jill. You don't have a respiratory thing with mom. Okay, why am I getting that then? Who has the respiratory thing? Is there someone that either passed or in the living who was having some respiratory issues? I'm going to throw that out. Let me stay with Jill a minute. Yeah, when I tune into your mom, Jill, I kind of have this feeling of kind of giving up. And I don't know why that is. Kind of giving up, like, I don't want to be bothered doing this. I don't feel up to it. I don't feel well enough. You know, rehab is very strenuous. I don't know if this is a physical rehab or respiratory physical therapy. This is really tough. So if you could say in the comments, let me know what's going on with her, why she's in there. And don't say no, say I don't know, because no will shut this right down. And that's what's happening. Yes, or I don't know, because it may come to you later. And as the connection goes on, we might get some more evidence later. You say no, it's over, done. The connection will be gone because you don't know. What I'm saying is very significant from spirit to say that. Blood clot in her leg. Okay, so that is Venus. Okay, so Venus, I'm going to bring up respiratory again. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because she could get a clot in her lungs. So that's what there is concern there. She does not feel well. All right. And she wouldn't. Now she's in rehab to either strengthen her respiratory system or strengthen her venous system or orthopedically or something like that. That's a reason she's in rehab, correct? She is getting some kind of therapy. Rehab is not like sit on a couch and they bring you bonbons. That's not what rehab is about. Physical rehab is very difficult. It's very strenuous. These are people who are very ill. They rip them right out of bed and make them go through all these motions. And if they don't show up, Medicare won't pay for that. It also is not always a good situation, rehab. Rehab is usually owned by the doctors, and the therapeutic part, the therapy part is usually excellent, particularly if it's ortho, something like that kind of rehab. That's excellent. The nursing is under different ownership, And nursing homes and rehabs are not known for, not to put these nurses down, they are thinly staffed, not a lot of RNs, a few, what would you call them, CNAs running around like crazy. And it's very easy. You'd only have like, it's not unusual to have a couple of CNNs on a floor of like 30, 40 people, and they're running crazy. So the care to me is not that good. The therapeutic part, the therapy part is excellent, but it's very strenuous. So you have to give your mother, they sent her home, can't do much more for her, okay? As I was saying earlier, she is kind of giving up. That doesn't mean that she's going to pass. She's just really feeling low. So anything I think that you can do. I also have a sister for her, or a woman that feels like a sister. I don't know if mom has a sister that's passed, but she's venturing over to the other side. She's kind of checking it out a little bit. She can feel them around her. And she's kind of, if I'm in your mom's mind, it's kind of like, boy, it would just be so much easier to slip out of here than do this crap that I'm doing. God bless her and tell her I'm praying for her. It's not her time yet, as far as I know. And so she's not going to get out of here until all her jobs are finished, I guess. But to take faith, I also want to talk about her nutrition is kind of lousy. So that might help. I would kind of pamper her and baby her, Jill, if you can. Her sister is alive and they're very close. Okay. I want to talk to her. I feel that she needs a connection with her sister, and that's a value. I guess so. I would assume then that their mother has passed. I also want to talk about a brother for your mother too. So someone's passed over there that is sending a beautiful emerald green. They want to amputate her leg, and she says she wants to go. Okay, then I understand that. There's a beautiful emerald green healing energy coming to her from the other side, emerald like in Ireland. I don't know if there's an Irish connection. I'll be honest with you. My feeling with your mother at this point is you're not taking my leg off. That's my feeling. Whether is that for us to judge? I don't know. Would she change her mind? I don't know. I think right now all you can do is she's going to have to listen to the options. And I think her sister has a lot of sway over her, a lot of, not influence, but I think that she has her confidence. So allow your mom to speak to her sister. Thank you, Robin. So I'm going to leave you with that, Jill. Let me get back up here. I missed a couple of messages. I missed somebody here. How's Mike Linnell? Okay. Let me take this one first. I'm trying to take them in the order they're coming in. Linnell, how is my dad feeling about what I'm working on in my life, partnership, and family? But I first I'm getting a picture of these two leaves together. I don't know what that means, what he's showing me. Linnell, your dad is saying all of life is rehab. So I'm going to give that to Jill's mom. All of life is rehab. It's all practice for when we get onto the other side, he's saying. Lovely man, by the way. And I have this, I'm getting this smell of cinnamon, or the word cinnamon. And I don't know what that's about. I don't know if he's trying to tell me. And a horse too. I don't know why I have a horse here. Linnell, is any of that make any sense to you? It could be when you have a group setting like this, it could be for anybody. But I feel when I turn into your dad, I think he's very proud of what you're doing. But what he's kind of saying is to expect not to work on these things is naive. That's why we're here. He's not trying to take away any kudos from you. He's just saying that's what life is about. He's now since learned, since he's reviewed his life, that he had a lot of things to work on, and he's encouraging you to fix what I get is fix what you can now. And he's here with a toolbox with a wrench and screwdriver and this kind of stuff. And he's saying, fix the things that you can fix now. Don't let it go. That would be the only regret. Well, he probably has a few regrets, is what he's saying to me. But he is talking about don't leave things to the last minute. And fix what you can now. Good. Okay, I'm glad she can take that. He's doing very well over there. I want to say, oh, okay, here's Joel. I'll go back to that in a moment. He is learning and expanding on the other side. He kind of regrets that intellectually, he didn't feel like a very accomplished man or studied man, or he was lacking in something. So if you understand that, Linnell, let me know. But he is learning a lot on the other side. All right. Let me see what we got here. Let me go back up. You got Jacob. Let me get back to Marcello. I'm remembering how to pronounce it now, Laura. Hi, Marcello. How are you? I like his family. I've met them in spirit. I have a couple of men here. And when I will say gentlemen, but they're really men's men in a way. And I also kind of get I also kind of want to say, how do I explain this? They're funny. And they're saying to me, I have two men sitting at a table, like outside, like a cafe table. And they're smoking. I don't know if one has a cigar, but I know one at least has a cigarette. And I don't know if there's coffee. And they're just, shooting the breeze. So I don't know if this would be dad and a brother or a cousin, a contemporary of his. So Laura, if you would understand, if Marcello would understand that. I do feel we're in another culture. Let's see if I can find more here. Great. Okay. And I want to, what's funny about them is they're kind of admitting to me that they didn't always do things by the book. I don't know if they bet on the ponies or what exactly. And what I'm kind of getting is, this is Marcello's father or uncle, perhaps. And there might be another older gentleman there as well. He's kind of saying we would have bet on a cockroach going across the floor, cockroach races or something. So let me know, Laura, if that is applicable to Marcello. Of course, they're very proud of everything that he's done. And I feel like he's a little bit waylaid, your husband. Business-wise, he still feels like he has a lot to do, but he's not getting to do it the way that he wants to do it. He's a little frustrated there. The month of June for him, is the impression I'm getting is, I feel like Marcello feels he's shackled right now. I assume that is work-wise, but it could be any area. But I feel like he's got these chains on. And what I get is the month of June, these shackles being like broken off. So I hope that makes sense to you. I feel a freedom for him. Dad and grandpa. Yeah, okay, that would make sense. Marcello's dad and grandfather, that makes sense. They're shooting the breeze. I don't know who the gambler was. I have a feeling it's Marcello's dad. Gambler, I mean, it's just a way of life. It's just like people play the lottery. They would, at that time, they bet on the horses, or They had bookies, I'm getting bookie. That could be grandpa. But it's kind of funny because I feel like they're sitting in an outside like cafe thing, urban dwelling, dad pony, betting big time. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. Okay, so that's what he's saying, betting on the ponies. Okay, good. Well, they're still doing that on the other side. Yeah, this is unusual. This, I believe, is a lady there on the other side. If this would be Marcello's grandmother, grandpa's wife, being laid out as she was laid out. So someone is showing me a picture of this lady that was laid out for like a wake or funeral. Beautiful, like silvery lilac on. And I just want to say how beautiful she looked. So I don't know if you would be privy to that information, but I just want to say how beautiful everything was handled. So I'm just going to relay that. And Laura, don't think you're getting out of here without talking to your brothers. They're around here. They want to let you know. They're talking about Raphael. I want to relay that to you. I don't know if Archangel Raphael has played a part in any of your readings, I'm sure, but recently they're significant for Marcello or for yourself. But I want to bring that up. I have Walter, and they're like the odd couple. These two. I feel like one is taller, one is shorter, one is dressier, one is more casual, one is scruffier, one is, a different vibe, like day and night almost. But they're both united in bringing this Archangel Raphael. So if you can take that, let me know. Now, so the message for your husband Marcello is there's also a child over there. I feel like a child in spirit. For Marcello, the message would be by June, these chains are coming off. So things are going to get better. I think financially for him, I think he's concerned. A lot of people are. So I'm just going to leave it at that. But I want to say there's something better around between June and July. I'm going to stay with June. Okay, so if I get anything else from them, your brothers are a riot and they'll stay here all night. So we'll get back to them if we can. Okay, let me get back to some of my other questions. I'm going to leave that with you. So we did Laura Romero. Robin. Now, this is interesting. Robin is saying, I know my grandmother is around because she's my granddaughter's spirit guide. Okay, we're going to talk about that. I feel my dad, Moses McGuire, but only get messages in dreams. He also comes around as a dragonfly. Does he have any messages? Okay. I don't want to redo anybody's belief system. I'm not about that. But I want to know, as doing this for a living and have spent a great deal of time learning and talking to other incredibly well-known mediums. Not that I'm well-known, but I've learned a lot from other mediums that are well-known and are very studied, very gifted. A spirit guide is usually not family. Family can come in and help guide us and give us suggestions and whatever. The reason that you have a spirit guide assigned to you and that they come in at birth is not family. The spirit guide, there are several in the philosophy that I was taught, and they all play a role. So this grandmother could be in your granddaughter's circle. Naturally, she would be, just like my parents are, but they're not my guides. Walter is my guide. He's one of my guides. But they will come in from time to time to support me and to help me out in a situation. The reason I stress this is because A true spirit guide is not going to hold your hand. And a true spirit guide is not going to say, "Oh, aren't you wonderful," over everything that you do, just like a grandmother or a mom would. I mean, that's their role. Anything you do is wonderful. Spirit guide is going to sit you down and say, "That's not working for you." Or I think you should try this. Or do you remember the last time you tried that? Maybe you don't want to go there again. The advice from a spirit guide, they lead more than lecture. They're going to lead you into situations and say, how do you want to react to this? Let's choose a better way to react to this. Where your family is going to say, oh, you're so wonderful, no matter what you do. So see the difference that a spirit guide is incredibly objective, and they have a role. They have a role in your life. It could either be about helping you with healing, it could help you with mediumship, it could help you with art, it could help you with education, Reiki masters, whatever it is. They have a role, but they are a teacher partner, not a family member. So I just want to put that out there. I'm not trying to like burst your bubble, but I know the grandmother is around, but she's not the spirit guide. So let me get back. So let me shut up now. I'm sorry, but I'd like to interject this teaching because I think people need it. We have a lot of beliefs. If you read things that are in the main, open to everybody, like The Secret, stuff like that. The Secret's like, that doesn't even touch on the law of abundance. These are made books that are open to the general public, and I call them feel-good books. It's not truth, but it's a section of truth. It's glossed over that makes you feel like, oh, that's so wonderful. Abundance is so easy, blah, blah, blah. No, that's not how it works. There are a lot of laws in place that we have to abide by. That's how the world rolls. It doesn't roll, oh, I'll just think about it and, and all this abundance is going to come to me. No, there is also work involved, So I really get annoyed with people slipshod teach. I can't stand that. Anyway, so that's enough of me complaining about that. Moses McGuire, what a wonderful name. That is Robin's dad, Moses McGuire. He comes to you in dreams because you don't argue with him then. Does that make sense? It's easier to get a message across to you when your brain is in neutral than it is when you're thinking or when you're conscious. When we're conscious, we'll be like, that sounds like my dad to me, but we doubt it immediately. Until you learn to trust what you're getting and be objective about it, you're not going to get too far. And so the easiest way for your spirit in heaven that wants to talk to you, such as your dad, would be in your dreams. I've been doing this about 12 years now, maybe longer if you consider my whole life, I don't know. But formally, and I learn something new every day. I had a relationship, very brief relationship with my mother before she passed because I was only 7. So I really didn't know her well. I only know what I heard from my sisters and my, dad. So I've really gotten to know her a lot better. And I'm still exploring things with her. I'm still learning how to connect with her. So, this is making me choke. I just want to point that out to you that I'm still learning things every day. I get a lot in dreams too. Sometimes what I'm getting, you might want to practice this. Set your intention before you go to sleep, and ask Dad what he wants to talk to you about. And it's not going to be like a regular conversation. It is going to be. There's a reason they're coming through. Is what I want to say. It comes around as a dragonfly. Well, he knows you like that. I'm being shown, I have a dragonfly necklace. Excuse me as I put this in my mouth. Somebody gave me a dragonfly necklace. Beautiful. And I'm being shown that necklace for you. What I'm seeing is I don't know if you have this or not, but I feel like it's something like a stepping stone, and it has, looks like a concrete or stone, and it has either a dragonfly embedded in it, like on it, or stenciled on it, or something like that. So I hope you can take that, Ron, but he's showing me that. Does he have any messages? He's showing me a car. He's showing me tires on a car. So I don't know if that means anything. If you need to get your tires checked, or if they're talking to me, I know. I have a nail in one of my tires. I know this. And I'm ignoring it because I'm not really going any far right now. So I'm any place right now. So I don't really care. Moses McGuire is showing me a 4-leaf clover, but and he's saying clover. He's not saying shamrock. He's saying clover. That's for you. Also, is there some kind of artwork, Robin, that you're doing? Because I'm seeing pens. Maybe it was about last week. We had Reverend Kevin Leon. We were talking about precipitation mediumship. I don't know if it has anything to do with that. But I don't know if you just bought pens or something, or if that, thank you, Robin. She says, you look beautiful, by the way. Oh, aren't you nice? Thank you. Just got out of my pajamas. I hope you appreciate that effort. I want to comment about that. I want to say, Robin, that your dad, oh, you know what else he's showing me? I don't know if you do those coloring books. Is that significant, Robin? What he's showing me is the Book of Kells, actually. The intricate drawings of the Book of Kells. Let me know if you can take that. I don't know if that's significant. I also feel with him, too, there's some kind of respiratory thing going on. Of course, most people when they're dying can't breathe, so, I mean, that could apply to anybody. But I really feel I'm getting the word constricted. Something is constricted with him when he passed. He says, I miss you, but I don't miss that life. I don't miss life. I'm reconnecting with people in spirit. I want to talk about your mother. He wants to talk about your mother. So I don't know if your mother has passed or your mother is here and there's a message. Hi, Mom. Hi, hint to his wife, or your mother has passed, or there's concern for her. I wonder how he is. Oh, Laura, thank you, Raphael Global Hearing. Oh, okay. I've been bad. I like it, Laura. I like what you're doing. I like it. Do I listen to it? I'm sorry, I haven't been listening to anything. But I always like whatever posting do, and I appreciate your intuition and your sincerity. And when I see that, when I see your show come up, the banner for your show, I just take a second, even if I can't tune in at that time, maybe later I'll watch it. I just take a second when I see those wings to take a breath and grab some of the peace. I want to say a lavender breath of peace come into me. So I want to thank you for that gift, Laura, because that's what you do to me. When I see your banner, I hear your voice, I see your picture, I see the show title, I get this beautiful lavender feeling of, and when I say a lavender breath, I think you'll understand what I mean by that. I don't know how else to explain it. Okay. That's why I thought she hangs around my granddaughter. Okay. All right. So we explained that. She hangs around my granddaughter, Robin. Yes. And you know why, Robin, she hangs around your, a minute away from your dad a second. The reason your grandmother hangs around your granddaughter, do they have a name in common? Is one named after the other, or is there something significant about the name? Let me know. I want to say that. And she may have been the one that was laid out beautifully. Somebody is sharing that they want to say thank you for that, whoever that goes to. I feel as though your granddaughter and the grandmother have a lot in common. And so as being a spirit guide, you're right. She is in that band. She's not assigned as a guide, but she's there because she loves your granddaughter. And she spends a lot of, you're right, she spends a lot of time with her. About moving one location with Sarah. Okay. So glad we were going over this topic. My energy is high. Okay, good. Thanks, Laura. Doesn't feel like it. I finally got back to sleep today. I didn't sleep at all the last couple of nights, with my problem, which is getting better. Oh, so I have this no-see-um midge problem. Pest control is coming back tomorrow. Guess what I read? And I've seen this 1,000 times, and I didn't apply it. I put a fan in the carport running. Now I have the bug zapper out there, and it was windy today. We haven't had wind in I don't know when. And the fan has been going. It's not as bad. I did, and Pine Sol. If you have this problem, Pine Sol works wonders. I was not a big fan of Pine Sol, but since I really can't get anything else, and for a while you couldn't get Pine Sol either, it does do something for gnats and these no-see-ums. They don't like the smell. So anyway, I'm getting a little bit of an itchy throat because I was using this no gnats thing, and I don't know what I put in here. I'm reusing the bottle like it was running low, so I put some Pine Sol, and I don't know what else. But something's like grabbing me in the back of the throat, so I apologize. Where am I? Okay, CV. CV. CEEV. You're editing this a minute? Yes, I do. Oh, let me get back to Rob in a moment. Dad had a heart attack. Okay, so that was the chest, the constriction. Something about last week. The depends, or you want to do spirit art. Good for you. That is, Robin, that is a very unique gift. Now, have you ever seen the shot that I have on my website, or sometimes I post it? It's a glamature, it's called. That was done, her name just went out of my mind. Terrible. Spirit artist. She drew that glamature. She's going to kill me. I can't remember her name. I'm sorry. I'm like half in this world and half in the other one. That's going to come back to me. Diane Marshall. Sorry. It's old age and brain fog from chronic fatigue. Diane Marshall. Look up her website. She started out as a caricature artist. She is now, she does that, and she did one for me. And that is, it's sort of a beigey background, and it's a really good picture of me, but it's a drawing, and it sort of looks like me, but better. That's what I like about her. She always look better in these things. She did a great job, and I use the picture a lot. I'm so delighted with it. She started out drawing that way. She also does pictures of people, and she's every psychic fair in this area and on both coasts of Florida. She is a busy gal. She always has people standing in line. A person sits down. She's got a big artist pad over here, and the person sits down, and she tunes into spirit, and she starts getting their guides. Could be an Indian. It could be an author. It could be a departed loved one. It's so interesting. And her drawing is different. It's not about the drawing. It's about the essence of the person. Another one that is excellent as well. So Diane Marshall, art, I think it is.com. So look her up. Joe Shiel, Shiel, the best, in my opinion, spirit artist in the world. He is associated with Forever Family Foundation. He is friends with Janet Nahavik, who's an excellent medium. So please check that out. Check out Joe's website. Janet Nahavik is probably, in my opinion, one of the pioneers of mediumship. She's just absolutely fabulous. One of the best teachers in the world. Her and Joe do a lot of appearances together. They work together quite a bit. Joe is fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Okay, so that's great work to understand how it works. But if you go with that, this is a very unique ability. So that's why I'm spending so much time. Okay, so let me move on. But Robin, good luck to you on that, because mom here, stepmom crossed. Okay. Laura Morrow says that touches my heart. Oh, well, you touch my heart too, you know. Oh, they have a name. Robin is saying Reva May is the grandmother and the granddaughter is Lonnie May. You know, I had an Aunt May. That's not a usual name, M-A-E or M-A-Y. Sometimes they'll spell. I didn't, yeah, I knew her. I'm trying to think if I know her. Okay, so where's my next question? Let me see. Where am I? I'm an 8:51. Wow, that went fast, didn't it? I must talk too much. Somebody lost their husband. Thank you. My daughter gave me this necklace. Isn't this great? Does she watch the show? No, my daughter does not watch the show. She's too busy doing rescue work. She does a lot of dog rescue. She is working with a new company, so they do a lot of teleconferencing. They're all locked down, you know. So she is busy. I get that, but I wear this often in the event that she does tune in occasionally. Okay. Somebody's husband passed. Since Ann Philman. Since my husband's passing, I often wonder how he is. Well, here's the wedding ring. Did your husband wear a wedding ring, Ann? Some men don't. So I'm just saying, I'm being shown that. Left hand. I also, oh, thank you for, oh, now I get what you're saying. The questions light up. Thank you. Thank you, Tiffany. This is all new to me. I'm sorry. He's doing rather well. I want to mention gladiolas for some reason. There's some garden here. So he's walking past the garden. There is another woman there with him. That would be like a sister, a mom. I feel like close, a kinship, almost a twin flame kind of feeling. I don't know what that means, so I'm just saying it. So my answer to you is, Ann, he is doing rather well, rather well. I also showed me his arm, so I don't know if it was cut open or, you know, I'm sorry to be graphic. I feel like there's something, I don't know if he had IVs. I don't know what this is about. Something probably about his, what helped him to depart from this life. She's saying yes. I don't have that anymore, he says. I want to let you know I don't have that anymore. It's a big bouquet of flowers. So I don't know if that would be representative of him, but he's showing me a big bouquet, and they're not roses, but like everything. I'm getting the word Delphinian. I don't know why I'm getting that. See what happens when you don't say no? See how great that comes out? Just a hint. I'm getting Delphinian. Delphinians? Okay, so I'm gonna relay that. People giving messages from, it's sort of like playing charades. I can sort of see them and they're saying like 2 words, sounds like, okay. So sometimes it's like that. And Walter's interpreting, he's like, okay, you can step up now and you can talk. And he kind of helps me out. If I don't get up, be like, what do you say? And so that's kind of how it is. So a lot of it is interpretation. And I can be wrong. You know, I'm not perfect. The difference with me and somebody who doesn't do this is that I have the cojones, however you say that. I want to say the B word, but I don't think I should do that. I have learned to trust in spirit enough that I only hesitate a little bit when I go to give something. I'd be like, I don't know about that, but I do it because mediumship is like jumping off a cliff without a parachute. You got to give it. And spirit doesn't lie. Just because you can't take it doesn't mean it's not right. This is what they tell me. I give it to you. Maybe later you'll take it. But, when you say no, that's the end of the connection. Yay. Robin says yay. Okay. How you doing there, Anne? Was that Anne I was talking to about her husband? I want to let you know your husband's fine. Thinks about you all the time. He's trying to guide you. Where's Anne? Murad Daddy. Bonjour. Bonjour. I have no idea what the rest of that says, but thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all our listeners tuning in from Facebook, from Goldylocks Productions. What's our other thing? The website, our new Facebook, YouTube. Pine Sol keeps the bears away. Yeah, I don't think wildlife cares for it. It kind of makes me choke. Check it out. Maureen thinks I'm amazing. Well, I think you're amazing. Thank you. I'm not really amazing. I'm really just me. And as I said, I learned to trust. And I apologize. Something is catching me in the back of the throat. I took it for my massage therapy. I had to take CEUs this year. So I took an amazing class, which I actually enjoyed, for the weekend to get all my credits. This is back in the summer. I'm on essential oils, doTERRA, actually. Years ago, I sold Young Living. I did not make money on it, but it wasn't a question about making money. It was a question of exploring, and I used it in healing. So when I became a massage therapist, I would use some essential oils in my body oil, according to whatever the client's needs were. But anyway, I really enjoyed this class, not to push a brand or anything, but I really enjoyed it. So I have a lot of essential oils came as part of that class. And there's one, it's called On Guard, and from doTERRA. It's like Thieves from Young Living. There's maybe that's why I was getting the cinnamon. There's this cinnamon as a cleanser in the oil, and it always catches me. It's more cinnamon than something. It might not be cinnamon. It might be something else. It's very strong scent, and it usually catches me in the back of the throat. And I think I put that in this, and I should know. Okay, so that's why I'm like that. Anne says yes, both. Okay, well, I hope that message fit. Let me see. Callie, Rodricks. Sometimes I sense past loved ones in cards. But nothing more. Would love to see more in cards. I only got 2 minutes. Callie, I'm going to tell you something. You might be interested in Laura Romero's work because she's the angel intuitive. She has a zillion angel decks, and she does use that as a focus tool, different decks, but she's going to tell you that spirit comes in. She's now jumping off into mediumship. I asked her to do the same. The one thing I would say to you, if you want to practice straight mental mediumship, it's called, with no tools, put the cards away. Try that. Tune into the energy or the vibration of the person or an object. Another great way to jump off into mediumship, people, I'm going to tell everybody this, most people get this, is psychometry. Hold an object. Ask a friend to exchange an object. Of course, you probably can't do it now, but ask a friend to exchange objects with you. I don't care if you have to Lysol them and wear masks or whatever. Leave them in the room and pick them up. If you pick up an object, you will get the vibrations of the person who owned it, where it was, what they were like. This is a way of jumping off into mediumship. So it's another tool to use, and it's excellent. You can do a great reading. Let me see. I have 1 minute. I said no. You're forgiven, Maureen. That's why I'm doing this, so people understand. She says, I'm sorry I said no instead of I don't know. I'm just putting that out there. When someone's giving you a reading, don't say, they'll tell you, Say yes if you can take it. If you can't take it right at this moment, say, I don't know. Possible. I don't know. But as soon as you say no, it's over. Thank you for the message. You are the best. Oh, thank you, Laura. I think you're the best. Love on guard. Cinnamon. Yeah. It gets me in the back of the throat, Linnell. We are streaming live on Goldylocks Productions YouTube, Facebook page, and Periscope. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you to all the viewers. Please join us next week. Whoop, we're at 9 o'clock. Please join us next week for a great show with the fabulous Mr. Mark Anthony, the psychic lawyer. We are going to have a fabulous show. This guy is Kid Dynamite. I love him. I shouldn't call him Kid Dynamite. I mean, the man is a Supreme Court lawyer. I really should be more respectful. But he is so friendly, so wonderful, so sharp, and so evidential. You do not want to miss this opportunity to see him and possibly speak with him. God bless you all. I'm going to keep washing my hands. I'm sheltering in. I'm trying to hang in there. And check out my website and book your discounted reading, okay? I look forward to it. God bless everyone. Stay safe. Good night.